When you're meeting up with a motivated seller, you want to make sure that you have as much leverage and information as possible. So that way, when you guys agree on a price, get it on a contract, you can have as much confidence as possible when you're flipping it to that end cash buyer. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Devin Knupp here with another video. And today you will notice something different inside of this video. Yes, that's right. I got my computer in here. We are going to be recording off of my screen on how I figure out what the maximum allowable offer is possible on a property. So now with all this information today, please don't just take this in as information. I want you to take massive action. I want you to go out there and get deals on a contract, and you have to check out this video. You have to look back at this video because you got so many deals on a contract. You want to make sure you're getting them under for the right price. And so with this, just try to get the properties for as low as possible, build massive rapport, so that way you don't have to worry about if you have to cancel a contract, renegotiating it, or anything like that, as well as you can make massive assignment fees inside of this business. And so before we jump into this video, before we jump inside of my computer, if you haven't already, please join the family and the gang by hitting that nice looking subscribe button down below. Yes, that's right. It's red. It says subscribe inside of it. Just click it. Also, there's a little bell that pops up once you click subscribe. If you hit that, you will be notified as soon as I upload my next video, which will be tomorrow because I'm uploading every day, everybody. Trying to provide as much value and as content as possible. And if you could, drop a comment down below what you think and whatnot. Also, if you like it, if you engage on this video, I would highly appreciate that, as YouTube won't let that many people see my videos unless you guys like and comment on these videos. And so, let's jump inside of my computer. Here we go. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to find the maximum allowable offer, also known as the MAO. And so, a little bit about my strategy. I use Zillow. I mean, there's some people that have access to the MLS. That is probably going to be the best route, especially getting started into it. There's a few more features you can play with and whatnot inside of it. Or there's some other websites. I don't really know what they're called. But this works best for me, and that is what matters. And so markets are going to be different. And so some are growing, some are decreasing, some are flatlining. And so some of the strategies are going to change inside of here a little bit. But I'm going to show you guys how it works for some properties for a property inside of the Boise market, which is where I am working out of. And so first of all, we're going to be trying to get the ARV. And so the property that we're going to be using for the example is this 9317 West Patina. This is actually a property that I've wholesaled before. So I made a profit on it. I think on this one I made about $5,000. I ended up splitting the assignment fee. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So exit out of that. We're not an owner. Anyways, first thing that everybody notices when they pull up a property is this estimate. No, do not use this number unless you know for 100% sure that in your market it works. 9 times out of 10 it does not work. And so it also gives you like a little rent estimate inside of here. That may be a little accurate, but what we're really worried about is pulling our own comps and trying to figure it out, do our own research, do our own due diligence, what people call it. And so what we'll notice first of all, square footage, 1173. So what we're going to do is we'll just say it's 1150, close enough. And first things first, we are going to plus or minus the square footage by 300. So that'll come out to 850 and 1450. You go down on this little more tab right here, drop down. And then what we're going to be doing next, I already did the math inside there, don't worry about it. We're going to be going over to the listing type on the top, get rid of for sale, get rid of potential listings, and just do recently sold. And so what this is going to do is going to give you a good comparison. It's going to really calculate out what this strategy works really well if you haven't checked out the property already. Get rid of this post notification. And so if you haven't looked at the property already, this is prime. And so you can kind of figure out the numbers without even having to go inside or anything, especially if you're doing virtual. I'll show you a strategy in a minute of how you can pull the comps if you have already seen the property and you know exactly how much the repairs are going to cost. But anyways, okay, so you do recently sold, and then you do sold in the last 6 months. So we go over to this more tab, sold in the last 6 months. And so if you have a lot of properties in your one little area, switch it over to 90 days if you have a lot of little yellow pings pop up. Or you switch over to 12 months if you are having trouble trying to find other comps. And so any price, we don't worry about the price right now. bedrooms. We leave it at 0. Home type, don't worry about this. Just don't do lots of lands and you'll be set. And so now what we do is we switch this over to cheapest, and our property is this one right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out a little bit. I usually like to get like a couple square miles inside of there. All right, that's perfect. We got enough numbers to work with. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at these properties sorted by cheapest, like I said before, and we're going to take an average of the 3 lowest. Why the 3 lowest? What this is going to do is it's going to calculate if how it's going to incorporate repairs and whatnot inside of it if the repairs are average. We'll say average is like in this market we'll say it's like 20,000, but whatever market you're in, it'll figure out kind of what the average is looking like. So I already did the math. The 153 plus 175 plus 190 divided by 3, it came out to, I think it was like 174. All right, so we'll toss some numbers inside of here. So we'll do 174,000. And so what we're going to do with that number now is we are going to, I already have it typed out right here. Okay, so 175K, close enough. Doesn't matter that much for this video. It's an example. We're going to take the 3 cheapest properties average, multiply it by 0.8, and that's going to come out to 140,000. Why 0.8? 0.8 will give you like some decent margins for you and the buyer picking up the property. Now some buyers, they're gonna be saying that they're not gonna pick up a property unless it's at like 0.6, which is gonna bring that number down a lot. But if they're saying that they're not gonna flip properties unless they do it with the 0.6% or the 60% off of the dollar, the 60 cents off the dollar, then they are obviously not flipping too many properties if they are trying to get properties for that low. Unless you guys got some a weird funky market and it's really a buyer's market, then those numbers aren't really going to work. And so in today's market, for a lot of places, about 0.8 will do you justice. Some places you maybe do a 0.7 or maybe a 0.75. Some places maybe like California, you can go to like a 0.9. It just really depends. You'll figure it out. Just don't stress this stuff too much. Really, at the end of the day, just try to get it as low as possible, but you're going to learn from just going and taking action and getting deals on a contract. And so like I said, this is a maximum allowable offer that I usually go for. So in this case, from the knowledge that I have, I would want to make sure I get it under contract for 140,000 or less. Obviously, we're trying to get it for as low as possible. I think that's actually what we got it under contract for. And so now what's going to happen is you're going to notice something's going crazy here in the Boise market, and you guys can utilize this strategy as well. You're going to notice that these properties that are currently for sale are going for way higher than this little like 175 that we got. I mean, this one is calculating the repairs and whatnot. And so what I would do in this case, if you get it for what we got right now, this 140, you're going to be sitting pretty safe. You don't have to stress anything at that point. Chances are you're gonna find a buyer very easy. But let's say that they are not happy with going that low. You can reevaluate the numbers actually. And so what we can do is we can look at the current market. And so we just switch it over to just for sale. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff. And what we can do is we just switch it over to sold in the last been on the MLS for the last like 90 days. And so zoom out just a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm comparing is like, okay, this is a perfect property to compare against. It's just a rough estimate. They're all in like the same range, but okay, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,200 square feet. It's kind of hard to see with that fence there, but this one's very good. This one's like another 100 square feet more. We'll just compare it against this one. So what we'll say is we'll go down here. Okay, so we got the 230K. This is for the most accurate maximum allowable offer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by that same 0.8. Obviously, depending on your market, you can change this number. That's going to come out to 184,000. And so let's say that we go inside the property and we figure out that it needs like 20K repairs, or we can do like 10 or 15 or 50. I have other videos talking about the repairs, and I think I'll make another one in the future, going into more depth using my computer if this works out. But let's say that it needs 20K worth of repairs. That'll bring it down to that 164. And so 164,000. So that is a pretty solid maximum allowable offer based off of how the market is looking today. And I would say this is the highest you can go. The highest. Like, let's say they're not okay with the 140 and you still want to try to get the property on a contract, I would say go for 164. But at the same time, how are you going to know exactly that this is going to be the highest you can go without just getting it under contract? Just going out there doing deals. Here, let me delete this thing right here and we can get a little bit more organized here. Okay, and so just try to negotiate it as low as possible. First of all, don't use this as like, oh, this is what I'm going to offer them. Don't offer them this much money, or else you're not going to get it for that. You're going to be making pretty minimal assignment fees if you're even able to make a profit on this property. So negotiate it as low as possible. This property, I'd still be trying to get it for $100,000, maybe even less if it needed 20K repairs. I'd try to get it as low as possible. And how do I do that? I let them tell me how much they want to get rid of the property for. I have another video talking exactly how to do that. I'm not going to go through that in this video. And then on top of that, you want to build as much rapport as possible. What this will do is, like, let's say you get it on a contract and you do get this 164 or whatnot. What I would do then at that point is I would, like, let's say you had to cancel the contract because you were unable to find a buyer. If you built rapport, you can still renegotiate the contract, renegotiate the price, and get it for a lower value and make more on the property in the future. And so this is kind of my quick little video on how to figure out what the maximum allowable offer is on a property. Maybe on this video, down in the description, I will put the link to this little document that I made. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit, so that way you guys can take a look at it, whatnot, and have it just available. It's not letting me zoom out. Anyways, let's jump out of this computer. So just to recap, concluding this video, just try to get the property for as low as possible. At the end of the day, the numbers don't matter that much. They will tell you what the property is worth, what a cash buyer is trying to get it on a contract for, and how much you can make in assignment fees. But at the end of the day, don't let this stop you from doing deals. I want you to take massive action. I want you to go out there and try to flip as many properties as possible, trying to get as many deals under contract, so that way you can learn more and more about what is going on inside your market, so that way you can just get more and more deals going and make more and more money in real estate wholesaling. And so just take massive action. Also build as much rapport as possible. And what this will do is, let's say you do make a mistake with these numbers, which I have done before, everybody does. Just build as much rapport as possible, so that way if you have to cancel the contract and get it for lower, you can do that with ease and not lose the deal. And so don't stress it though. Just go out there, sign up some deals, make some money. I want to thank you guys all for watching this video today. If you haven't already, like I said before, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and please, please, please engage on this video, so that way more and more people can check this video out and learn from it. And you can engage by just hitting the thumbs up button, as well as commenting down below what you think, what not, what future video ideas you got, whatever. It doesn't really matter what you comment down below. And so, like always, I am uploading every day, so I will see you tomorrow. Peace.